When fear is no longer an issue, what is the incredible, crazy, ballsy things that you can end up doing? This is a question I've been pondering about over the last few years, over the last 2 years, I guess. What stopped me from going out and asking out my first crush, from being bold, from acting with boldness, with conviction? What stopped me from setting boundaries? What stops you from setting boundaries when the places where boundaries need to be set? If where I come from, if you're bald, there's kind of a half teasing, insulting way to tell that you're bald. It just means you're bald basically, but the way people use it, it's kind of used to tease you. And when a teacher does that to me, when the teacher tells that to me, it takes balls for me to be able to say, sir, please don't do that. And I haven't been able to do that yet, because for those of you who've been here for some time, I was bald before, now I'm growing it out a little bit. If there's a group of people and you want to talk to them, they seem cool. And if there's a group of girls and they're absolutely beautiful, on the ideal case scenario, you can just walk up and speak to them and feel nothing. If fear isn't a thing, then I'd be able to do a lot more crazy things. I'd be able to go up to strangers and ask random ass shit, and go and play truth or dare with strangers, and going to shops asking for free stuff. These are social anxiety challenges that will help you face that fear of rejection. And that's the point that I want to make. The point is that fears need to be faced. How many of people can literally go around to the people around them and say, I love you, thank you for being there in my life? With your friends, I can do that. With my family, it's a lot more harder. Shit, I've never said that before. What will they think of me? What's gonna happen? And that's a huge amount of fear for me to tell about the so-called sentimental emotions with my family. That stops me. And in the realm of business, you have to, as the book The $1 Million Weekend says, in the realm of business, you have to go out and validate your goddamn ideas. Because before you sit down, go in the work, build a website, do all that shit, you need to determine if your ideas have any value. And you determine that by trying to pre-sell your idea. And how do I pre-sell it? I can't just go around to my friends asking them to buy my stuff because they don't have any money in the first place. And the idea of going to adults and pitching my idea to them, pitching my business ideas to them, and asking them if they will buy shit, that doesn't sound very easy to me, okay? That induces fear. And this one word is going to get repeated a lot in this video. And I think if I can find a way to overcome my fears, if I can go out and face these fears, that's basically been my life recently. I'm just trying to figure out how do I overcome these fears, how do I face these fears that are stopping me from being the person that I want to goddamn be, from living the life that I want to live. What's stopping me? It is these fears. And I've already made a video about what are the techniques that I kind of found which help me to overcome my fears. But we need to understand, I don't think enough people talk about this. On the self-improvement industry, a lot of things are a big thing, but not enough people, I feel talk about fears, about giving, Mark Manson talks about this as giving a fuck about too many things. There ain't a lot of people, bro. I'm literally going to be honest with you. And I feel that more people need to talk about this. This is a thing that we on self-improvement, we need to figure out how to overcome our fears, how to overcome the things. Because when I'm trying to go out and set boundaries, when I'm trying to, people say progressive desensitization, or okay, but this is a weird thing to train against your fear. Because you kind of know that if you pushed hard enough, if you're pushing a dumbbell set, or if you're pushing an exercise till failure, you know that That's a after a point, the absolute failure, that is the highest level of pushing you can go through. And then so there's an upper limit to how much you can progress, how much you can push through. But the thing is, fears is that if you completely push, if you say fuck you to everything that's in your mind and you just go and act, there is no limits to what you can pursue. But on the other hand, even the most basic things, it will feel discomfortable and that will stop you. So it's a weird nuanced situation where the upper limit is endless, but taking the first step, taking the smallest baby step, that's also can cause you discomfort. And I've just been trying to figure out recently, man, how there are many methods. Like, I've journaled about my fears, I've visualized myself acting ideally, and these all help. And then taking actions of the fears that you know you can overcome. And that's the reason why I'm the person I am today, because of the fears that I have overcome. But there are still too many mountains for me to conquer. Like, imagine how many of you can go and tell at my age, how many of you can go and tell the people in your family that the stuff that they're doing is wrong? How many of you can oppose the people in your family, can make the arguments that should have been made wrong a long time ago? This, like, the people around you, if you don't address things that are wrong with them, like, I'm criticizing myself so much with this video. If you, like, let's say your parent does something wrong, keeps doing that same wrong thing again and again, and you have to go out and tell them that what they're doing is wrong, specify exactly why the wrong thing they're doing is wrong. And I know what led to the psychology of my parent to do that wrong thing, and it's not a something I can't go and tell it to them. Again, it's like the consequences are not that big. Worst to worst, I'm gonna get scolded or something. That's it. But still, so much fear holds you back, though. Like, and then it's the worst thing, where you know you are capable of just telling F you to the fear and then going out and just doing it. But then it still kind of holds you back. And I want you to ask yourself this question, because I'm just going to leave you with this actionable thing as I leave this video, which is, what is the thing that you're fearing? Or what are the things that you were fearing? If you had no fears, if you were fearless, ballsy, like nothing could make you feared, if you literally had a thing where nothing would induce fear in you, what are the things that you would do? What are the things that you would want to do? What are the great things that you will end up acting on? Then maybe you can face your fears and do some of those things. Peace.